start plants indoors here because we live in a pretty cold climate. So in Winnipeg, we have 120 frost-free growing days.
What?
Yeah. Is that a lot or a little?
It doesn't seem like very much.
It doesn't seem like a lot. So what we need to do for some of our vegetables is give them a head start. So we start growing our vegetables indoors a little early. So our last frost is around May 25th on average, okay? So we count backwards from them. 1, 2, 3, 4, puts us at April 27th, so that's today. So on April 27th, we have a list in the comments below about all the plants you can start at this time of year. So we're gonna give them a head start, growing some of these seeds today inside, so that by the time the frost is done and the soils get warm, we've got nice little plants to put outside, and that'll give them enough time to mature so that we get to eat those, say, cucumbers and squash before the winter comes.
Well, that sounds amazing. So what kind of plants other than cucumbers and squash can we grow?
Well, we're going to start some cucumbers and squash today. We're going to start some winter squash. Those are the ones with hard outsides on them, like pumpkins and butternut squash and spaghetti squash. Some beans, green beans, yellow beans, some spinach, so you can be nice and strong, lettuce, and sunflowers.
Yeah, I'm pretty strong. I eat lots of spinach. That sounds amazing. I'm really looking forward to getting started. So today we have a bunch of simple supplies that you may even have at home. Now we can start our plants in simple things like these plant pots that you can get from somewhere like the dollar store. But if you don't feel like going out and buying anything, you can use things like yogurt containers or milk cartons or even toilet paper rolls. And then beyond that, you just need seeds and potting soil. That's it. So I see that there's a bunch of different size containers here. Does it matter what kind of seeds go into different pots?
Yes, it does. Okay, so if you've chosen a big seed, you're going to want to use a bigger pot. So go through what you've got, find the biggest pots, put drainage holes in it. If you've chosen a smaller seed, like lettuce, you can use a smaller container, something like this, or even like this.
Okay, perfect. So right now you're going to show us how to plant big seeds, right?
That's right. So what we're calling a big seed is winter squash, summer squash, cucumber, and beans. So choose one. Choose one of your bigger containers with drainage holes, and you're going to fill it up with potting soil loosely, right to the very, very top. Oops. And when you get to the top, you're just going to rub it off, but you're not going to pack it down. The next thing you're going to do is water this. So I like to move this somewhere where we're not going to get our table wet. And we're going to water it down so that the soil's wet, and you're going to notice it's going to settle.
Oh, that's a unique water bottle.
What we've got here is a reusable or a recycled water bottle with holes in the lid.
Oh, amazing.
It works really well. So we're going to give this one some time to settle down. This one's already there. So you'll see the soil went from being at the top to about 1 centimeter down. So we're ready to plant now. So we've chosen to plant cucumber seeds in this one. You can choose 2 to 3 seeds to plant in a pot this size. And what you're going to do is plant them 2 to 3 times the size of the seed. So here we're going to make some holes. And then you're just going to drop your seeds in. And then you're going to cover it with a little bit of soil. Not too much, just to fill up those little holes. We don't want to make them any deeper than they are. And the last thing you'll do, give it one more water. It just needs a little bit to wet the soil on top, not a lot.
Oh, I can't wait to try this.
The last thing you want to do is label your pot. So choose a label of your choice, label it.
So we're going to do small seeds, right?
That's right. Small seeds would be lettuce, spinach, or sunflowers. So
Oh, I love sunflowers.
me too. So this time we're just going to choose a smaller container because they're smaller seeds, they need a little less room, and we're going to follow the same rules that we started with before, which is first fill up your container, your smaller container, with soil, and do it nice and loosely. So just make them all nice and level.
Oh my God, this is so much fun.
Yes.
And it smells so good.
So you can make that level as best as you can. Just Perfect.
Awesome.
And after this, do you remember what we did last time?
I do remember we added water so that it would compress a little bit, right?
That's right. So we're gonna do the same thing. So just a little bit of water.
It's gonna sink about half an inch, a couple centimeters.
That's about right. So we give it a couple seconds to do that.
Now we're gonna plant, right?
Now we can plant.
Oh,
So these seeds are pretty small. In a container like this, you might put 2 or 3 lettuce in there. If you were going to use something like this, I would put 1 seed in there.
okay. Do we still push the little hole like we did last time?
We will. This time the size of our hole though is going to be different because we've got much smaller seeds. You can see this, they're very, very tiny.
They're super tiny.
So last time I said make a hole about 2 to 3 times the size of the seed. So we're going to do the same thing this time. It might help with these small seeds to use something like a pencil. So we're still going to make holes, just not as deep because our seeds are smaller. Okay, so I've made 3 holes because I think I could grow 3 lettuce in there.
Can I plant?
Absolutely. Can I have your hand? Perfect. So 1 seed.
Thank you.
Excellent. Another one.
Thank you.
And the last one.
Perfect. Amazing.
Excellent. Last part, what do we need to do?
We're gonna put some more soil on top.
That's
Just
right.
a little bit.
Just a little bit to cover those seeds, yeah. You can smooth it out. And after that, what do we do?
A little bit of water.
Got it. And the last thing, just so we remember what we've planted, we need a label. So this time we used just a milk carton that was cut into a strip. And that'll work just great.
Yeah, I guess labeling's important. You wouldn't want to think that you got lettuce here and then all of a sudden you have some banana peppers.
Exactly.
Oh, amazing. So we've moved over to the windows now, Alex. Why?
Well, we know that plants need a few things to live. They need soil, they need water, and they also need sunlight.
Sunlight.
Yes! So our seeds don't need sunlight right now, but once they germinate and they come out of the soil, they're going to use the sun to grow. Wouldn't that be cool if you could use the sun to grow?
I would love that. That would be amazing. Now, a question for you is there any ranking system in regards to windows I should use?
Yes, because we live in the north part of the world, the sun shines in most directly through a south window. So if you have a south window that you have some room on, like this one, you want to try to put them there. But if you don't have a south window, you can use a west window or an east window. And if you have a north window, that might be okay too.
So we're here over now in your germination station, and we got some plants growing.
That's right, this is a pretty fancy setup, but these plants that we have here actually benefit a lot from having these lights. So these plants, we planted 6 weeks ago, these ones 4 weeks ago, and these ones 2 weeks ago. So you can see that they actually grow at very different rates, and some of them need a little bit longer time. These are tomatoes, mint, and lemon balm, and celery. And we used our seeding guide, and we have a copy of this that you can look at, to know when to plant all of these things.
Very cool.
We also have some lettuce that is growing for its second time. We actually cut it down and ate it, and it came back up again. So some plants we can keep growing and keep eating.
This has been a super fun day. Thanks so much for having me, guys. Do you think you're going to be having any more videos about planting?
Absolutely, we're going to have more videos on planting. We're going to follow up with everybody in about 2 weeks. So keep your eyes out for video part 2, and we'll follow up to see how all these plants on the windowsill are doing.
And if you have any questions or want to share some photos with us of your planting at home, you can comment in the section below or email us.
Well, remember kids, stay clean, stay safe, and we'll talk to you later.